Mommy, the big cow is chasing me. My 8-year-old disabled daughter Lily was screaming and running in her leg braces as a massive bull charged at her. Our HOA president Karen was laughing, watching my child struggle to escape. Karen didn't know I'm an FBI agent. Before watching full story, comment below from where you watching. Also like and subscribe for more stories. Run faster, you little cripple. Karen yelled, laughing as she watched my daughter struggle to escape. Maybe this will teach your family to follow HOA rules. Lily had cerebral palsy and couldn't run like other children. Her leg braces made her slow and unsteady. She was terrified and crying as the angry bull charged toward her. I was returning from an FBI operation when I saw this nightmare unfolding. I immediately drew my service weapon and called for emergency backup. This is Special Agent Sarah Mitchell. I have a woman who released a dangerous animal to attack my disabled child at Maplewood Park. Send all available units and animal control now. Karen had no idea that the mother of the girl she was trying to kill was a federal agent. She was about to learn that attacking an FBI agent's disabled child is the worst mistake of her life. The bull was getting closer to Lily, who had fallen down trying to run. She was crawling on her hands and knees, sobbing in terror. Please don't let the big cow hurt me, Lily cried. I can't get up. I ran toward my daughter while keeping my gun trained on the bull. Lily, stay still. Mommy's coming. Karen was standing by her truck, holding a cattle prod and grinning like she was watching entertainment. This is what happens when disabled kids use our playground equipment. They don't belong here. The bull was only 20 feet from Lily when I fired a warning shot into the air. The loud noise startled the animal and made it stop charging. Karen Williams, FBI. You're under arrest for attempted murder and endangering a child with a dangerous animal. Karen's smile disappeared when she saw my badge and gun. You're FBI? I thought you were just some welfare mom with a defective kid. Ma'am, you just released a bull to attack my 8-year-old disabled daughter. That's attempted murder, animal endangerment, and federal assault on an agent's family. But Karen wasn't done with her evil plan. She raised the cattle prod and started walking toward the bull, trying to make it charge at Lily again. I don't care if you're the president. Your crippled brat doesn't belong in our community. That's when I heard the sirens. 6 police cars, 2 FBI vehicles, and an animal control truck were racing toward the park. Karen was now facing the full force of law enforcement. This is Officer Rodriguez, the lead policeman announced. We have a dangerous animal situation involving Agent Mitchell's daughter. Animal control officers immediately began working to safely capture the bull while paramedics rushed to check on Lily, who was still on the ground crying. Sweetheart, are you hurt? The paramedic asked gently. The big cow scared me really bad, Lily sobbed. I fell down and my braces got twisted. Why did that mean lady want to hurt me? My heart was breaking watching my innocent daughter try to understand why an adult would terrorize her for being disabled. Detective Williams from the FBI's Crimes Against Children unit arrived to handle the federal charges. Agent Mitchell, we're charging Karen Williams with attempted murder, child endangerment, reckless endangerment with a dangerous animal, and federal assault on an agent's family. She specifically targeted Lily because of her disability, I told him. This was a hate crime against a disabled child. Karen was being handcuffed while still screaming about how disabled children ruin neighborhoods and lower property values. That crippled kid uses our playground equipment and it's not fair to normal children. Karen yelled as officers put her in the patrol car. The animal control team successfully captured the bull, which they discovered Karen had borrowed from a local farm specifically to terrorize my daughter. Ma'am, this bull weighs over 1,200 pounds, the animal control officer told me. If it had trampled your daughter, she would have been killed instantly. Lily was taken to the hospital to check for injuries from her fall and to treat the trauma of being chased by a massive animal. Mommy, why did that lady hate me so much? Lily asked as we drove to the hospital. I never did anything mean to her. Some people are very sick in their hearts, baby girl. They hate others for being different. But she can never hurt you again. Dr. Johnson at the Children's Hospital examined Lily thoroughly. She has some bruises from falling but no serious injuries. However, this kind of trauma can have lasting psychological effects on a child, especially one with disabilities. Will she be okay? I asked. Children are resilient, but Lily will need therapy to process what happened. Being hunted by a large animal is terrifying for any child, but disabled children often feel more vulnerable because they can't escape as easily. While Lily rested in her hospital bed, I learned more about Karen's horrific plan from the FBI investigation. Agent Mitchell, Detective Williams told me, Karen had been planning this attack for weeks. She rented the bull specifically to terrorize disabled children in your neighborhood. How many other children was she targeting? We found a list in her truck with the names of 6 disabled children, including their addresses and daily schedules. Lily was just the first victim in what she called Operation Cleanup. The FBI discovered that Karen had been researching ways to force disabled families out of the neighborhood for months. She had joined online forums where people discussed removing undesirable residents and maintaining community standards. She told the farmer she was renting the bull for a community education event about farm animals, Detective Williams explained. She never mentioned her real plan to use it as a weapon against children. The investigation revealed that Karen had been watching and stalking disabled children in our neighborhood, learning their routines and looking for opportunities to attack them. 3 days later, Karen was formally charged with multiple federal crimes. The U.S. Attorney's Office was seeking the maximum penalties. Agent Mitchell, U.S. Attorney Johnson told me, "This is one of the most shocking cases of violence against disabled children we've ever seen. We're seeking life imprisonment. She used a 1,200-pound bull as a weapon against my 8-year-old daughter who can barely walk. She deserves every year she gets." Karen's lawyer tried to argue that she was just trying to enforce playground rules and didn't intend serious harm. But the evidence showed months of premeditation. "Your Honor," the prosecutor said during Karen's arraignment, "the defendant rented a dangerous animal specifically to terrorize disabled children. She told multiple witnesses that she wanted to teach these defective kids a lesson they'll never forget." Judge Harrison denied bail, ruling that Karen posed an ongoing threat to disabled children in the community. "Ms. Williams, you planned and executed an attack using a dangerous animal against a disabled child. I cannot in good conscience release you back into a community with vulnerable children." Karen's case attracted national media attention when news outlets learned that an HOA president had used a bull to attack an FBI agent's disabled daughter. "This case represents the most extreme example of disability-based hatred we've seen," I told reporters during a press conference. "Lily was targeted specifically because she has cerebral palsy, and that's unacceptable in any civilized society." The interviews were difficult because I had to balance protecting Lily's privacy while using our story to raise awareness about violence against disabled children. Lily's therapy sessions with Dr. Sarah Martinez helped her process the trauma while building her confidence back up. "Lily is showing signs of PTSD from the attack," Dr. Martinez told me. "She's developed a fear of large animals and has nightmares about being chased. But we're working on coping strategies. The mean lady made me feel like I was bad for having braces on my legs," Lily told Dr. Martinez during one session. "But Mommy says my braces help me walk and that's good, not bad." "Your mommy is absolutely right," Dr. Martinez replied. "Your braces are like superhero equipment that help you do amazing things." Before Karen's attack, Lily had been making excellent progress with her physical therapy. She was learning to walk longer distances and even hoped to try adaptive sports. But the attack had shaken her confidence. She became afraid to play outside and worried that other adults might hurt her for being different. "I don't want to go to the playground anymore," Lily told me one evening. "What if there are more mean people with scary animals?" "Sweetheart, most people are good and kind. Karen was a very sick person who is now in jail where she can't hurt anyone." The neighborhood rallied around our family after the attack. Residents organized a Lily's Courage Day at the playground where she was attacked, turning it into a celebration of inclusion and disability awareness. "We want Lily to know that this is her playground too," said Mrs. Chin, our neighbor. "What Karen did was evil, and we're all here to protect Lily and make sure she feels safe." Over 200 people attended the event, including many families with disabled children who had heard Lily's story. Children painted supportive messages on the playground equipment and planted flowers in Lily's honor. "This playground belongs to all children," the mayor announced at the event. "Disability does not make anyone less deserving of safety, joy, and community support." Lily was nervous at first, but seeing so many people supporting her helped rebuild her confidence. She even managed to go down the slide with help from her new friends. Karen's trial began 6 months after the attack. The courtroom was packed with FBI agents, disability rights advocates, and community members supporting our family. The prosecution presented overwhelming evidence of Karen's premeditated plan to terrorize disabled children. "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury," Prosecutor David Wilson said, "the defendant didn't just make a mistake. She spent weeks planning to use a dangerous animal as a weapon against disabled children, starting with 8-year-old Lily Mitchell. Security footage from nearby businesses showed Karen scouting the playground for weeks before the attack, timing when disabled children played there. The farmer who rented Karen the bull testified that she had asked specific questions about the animal's aggressiveness and whether it would chase people if provoked. She wanted to know if the bull would charge at someone who was running away, Farmer Mike Johnson testified. I thought it was a strange question, but she said it was for educational purposes. Expert witnesses testified about the psychological impact of the attack on Lily and the broader disabled community. Dr. Lisa Rodriguez, a specialist in disability-based trauma, explained to the jury how the attack affected Lily's development and sense of safety. Lily was terrorized specifically because of her disability, Dr. Rodriguez testified. The defendant used Lily's mobility limitations against her, knowing she couldn't escape as quickly as other children. Lily was allowed to testify via video link with Dr. Martinez's support, so she wouldn't have to face Karen in person. The mean lady brought a big scary cow to chase me, Lily told the jury in her small voice. I couldn't run fast because of my leg braces, and I was really scared it would step on me. The jury was visibly moved by Lily's testimony. Several jurors wiped away tears as they watched this brave little girl describe being hunted by a massive animal. I don't understand why grown-ups want to hurt kids for walking different, Lily continued. My braces help me walk, but they make me slower. That's not bad, is it? Judge Harrison had to call a recess because several jurors were crying after hearing Lily's innocent questions about why she was attacked. Karen's defense tried to claim she was having a mental breakdown and didn't understand the danger she was creating. But witness after witness testified that Karen had been planning the attack methodically. She told me she was going to solve the disabled kid problem once and for all, testified Karen's neighbor Mrs. Davis. She said disabled children were bringing down property values and needed to be scared away. The farm owner revealed that Karen had specifically asked for the most aggressive bull he had available, claiming she needed it for a community demonstration about farm safety. Animal control officers testified that the bull Karen used was known to be territorial and aggressive, making it an extremely dangerous weapon against a small child. The trial lasted 3 weeks. The jury deliberated for only 5 hours before returning with their verdict: guilty on all counts. Karen's face went white as Judge Harrison read each guilty verdict. She finally seemed to understand that her life was over. Karen Williams, Judge Harrison announced, you have been found guilty of attempted murder of a disabled child, among other serious federal crimes. You will be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Your Honor, please? Karen sobbed. I was just trying to maintain neighborhood standards. I didn't really want to kill her. Ms. Williams, you used a 1,200-pound bull as a weapon against an 8-year-old child with mobility disabilities. You planned this attack for weeks, specifically targeting her because she couldn't escape. Your actions were evil and unforgivable. The sentence was the harshest possible under federal law. Karen would die in prison for trying to kill my daughter with a bull. Additionally, Judge Harrison continued, you are ordered to pay $2 million in damages to the Mitchell family for trauma, therapy costs, and pain and suffering. Karen was led away in shackles, still mumbling about property values and community standards. Her reign of terror against disabled children was finally over. Lily was in the courtroom for the verdict. When she heard guilty, she squeezed my hand and whispered, does this mean the mean lady can't hurt other kids with braces? That's exactly what it means, sweetheart. 8 months after the attack, I introduced the Lily Safety Act in Congress through my connections with federal legislators. The bill increased penalties for using animals as weapons and created special protections for disabled children. This legislation is inspired by my daughter Lily, who was hunted by a bull simply because she has cerebral palsy, I said during congressional testimony. We must send a clear message that disabled children deserve protection, not persecution. The bill passed with overwhelming bipartisan support and was signed into law by the president. Lily was invited to the signing ceremony at the White House. Lily, because of your courage in surviving this attack, children with disabilities across America will be safer, the president told her. You're a hero for all kids who are different. Lily was shy but proud during the ceremony. She asked the president, will other kids with braces be safe now? Yes, sweetheart. The bad people who want to hurt children like you will go to jail for a very long time. 1 year after the attack, Lily had made remarkable progress in her recovery. She was back to playing at the playground and had even started adaptive horseback riding therapy. The horses are nice and gentle, not scary like the bull, Lily told me after her first riding lesson. They help me feel strong. Lily's physical therapy had also progressed. She was walking longer distances and had gained confidence in her mobility. Lily has shown incredible resilience, her physical therapist told me. She's not letting what happened define her limitations. If anything, she's more determined to prove what she can do. Karen served her life sentence at Federal Correctional Institution Dublin, where she was placed in protective custody because other inmates don't react well to people who attack disabled children. Prison reports indicated that Karen showed no remorse for her actions and continued to claim she was justified in trying to remove defective children from the community. Our neighborhood became a model community for disability inclusion after Lily's attack. The HOA was disbanded and replaced with an inclusive residence council that actively promoted accessibility. The playground where Lily was attacked was renovated to be fully accessible, with ramps, sensory-friendly equipment, and adaptive play structures for children with different abilities. "We want every child to feel welcome here," said the new residence council president. "What happened to Lily will never happen again in our community." 2 years later, Lily is now 10 years old and thriving. She's in mainstream classes with support, has joined an adaptive sports team, and dreams of becoming a veterinarian who helps injured animals. "I want to help animals that are hurt like how doctors helped me," Lily told me recently. "But I'll only work with nice animals, not scary bulls." Lily has also become an advocate for other disabled children. She speaks at schools about inclusion and shows other kids that disabilities don't make people less valuable. "Having braces on my legs makes me different, but different can be special," Lily tells her audiences. "I can't run fast, but I can do lots of other amazing things." Today, when Lily plays at the playground, children gather around to hear her stories and ask questions about her leg braces. She's taught an entire generation of kids that disabilities are just differences, not defects. The spot where the bull chased Lily is now a memorial garden with a plaque reading, "In honor of Lily Mitchell and all children who teach us that courage comes in many forms." What started as a horrific attack on a disabled child became a story of justice, federal legislation, and community transformation that protects disabled individuals nationwide. Karen lost everything for her hatred and cruelty. Lily gained federal legislation in her name, a supportive community, and the knowledge that her differences make her special, not defective. Most importantly, Lily learned that when evil people try to hurt others for being different, good people will stand up and create change to protect everyone. The bull is gone, but Lily's courage and the laws that protect disabled children remain forever.